If you guys saw my carnivore fritters video, you know you are here for the keto versions of it as well. Today is an extra video for you guys on the keto side, Chris Cookin' Nashville's kitchen. So I have a couple of keto versions of the fritters for you guys today. These are going to be absolutely fantastic. We're going to do one savory, one sweet, and of course, you can customize this and add any of your own ingredients for the recipes that you might enjoy when it comes to southern fried fritters. Let's go ahead and jump into a couple of different versions. I'm going to give you a quick reminder on the fritter base that I mixed up in the other video, and then we'll go ahead and jump right into savory and a sweet keto fritter. So these are the ingredients for the carnivore fritter base that we're going to use. I have 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. The next thing I have is a bowl here which has 6 tablespoons of whey protein powder. You could also use something like a beef isolate protein or really any other kind of protein powder that works for whatever version of the proper human diet you are on. I also have 1 whole tablespoon of egg white powder in here. Make sure to check the labels on your egg white powder and make sure it only has egg whites in there, no other additives. If you do have one of those egg whites that has sunflower lecithin or some other kind of additive in it that makes it difficult or even impossible to whip it, it will still work in this recipe. So if you're okay with eating that, this is a place you can go ahead and use that up. Egg white powder and egg white protein powder, as long as egg whites are the only ingredient, are the same thing. So if you have one of those that says egg white powder, or you have one that says egg white protein powder, they're the same as long as the ingredients list works for you. And then along with those 2 protein powders, I also have 3 tablespoons gelatin. Any unflavored gelatin will work. I go with beef gelatin, but if you're comfortable with the gelatin from the store, that's totally fine as well. I also have 2 large eggs. I know eggs are in short supply right now, but hopefully if you can find some eggs nearby, 2 large ones will make this recipe come together for you. And I'm going to use a ½ teaspoon of baking soda. Make sure you read the ingredients list and ensure that there are no additives or any suspect things inside of your baking soda. We should be ready to go. Let's go ahead and get this mixed up. Make sure that cream cheese is soft before you start adding everything together because it'll make life a lot easier. So now that I have the batter mixed up, it's ready to go with the exception of the baking soda being mixed in. I'm gonna move half of this into a separate bowl because one of these is gonna be sweet and one is gonna be savory. So I'm gonna split the batter and then I'll show you how we mix in the rest of the ingredients for the sweet one before we add baking soda. For the sweet batter, I'm gonna do that here in the large bowl. I'm gonna add a ½ teaspoon of vanilla. If you were doing the entire batch sweet, it would be 1 teaspoon. And at this point, you can sweeten it to taste. I'm using allulose. Use any sweetener that is keto approved that you would like. I'm going to use about 3 to 4 tablespoons of allulose for this mixture, and then we'll have a little bit of allulose going on the apples that I'll be adding to this apple fritter as well. I'm gonna go ahead and mix in my allulose, use whatever sweetener you would like. To give this the apple pie vibe, I'm going to use allspice, nutmeg, and of course, cinnamon. I'm gonna use about ½ teaspoon of cinnamon and approximately ¼ teaspoon of nutmeg and allspice. You can adjust this to your taste, or you could go get apple pie spice, a full teaspoon if you were doing it for the entire batch. Now we can add our baking soda to each of these 2 different batters. So first one we're going to do is the zucchini fritter, and I'm gonna add some mozzarella cheese in there as well, just for a little bit of fun. This is about a cup of shredded zucchini. Now, zucchini has a lot of water in it, so what we need to do is get a kitchen towel, and we're going to actually take our shredded zucchini, which I did just with any kind of a cheese grater or any other shredder that you have. Shred that up. It was about a half of a large zucchini. I'm going to put that on the kitchen towel, and then I'm going to fold this over and pull the corners up, and we're going to put it over the sink, and we're going to wring out as much of the water as possible. And as you can see, when we take all of the water out of it, we have a whole lot less. I'm gonna go ahead and add this in with the savory batter. I'm gonna add in just about a quarter of a cup of some mozzarella cheese. You wouldn't have to, but I think it's gonna taste nice. Because zucchini does not have a whole lot of flavor and we're already doing keto stuff anyway, I'm gonna add in a half of a teaspoon of onion powder, half of a teaspoon of garlic powder, and half of a teaspoon of black pepper. Plus, I'm gonna add a nice pinch of salt so we can make sure to season this really well. Now to make the fake apple fritter, we're going to do something a little bit different. This is a chunk of jicama. It is much lower carb than apples. It's actually about 1/3 the amount for the same amount of jicama in terms of the carb count. So I cut a chunk off of the jicama root. I'm gonna go ahead and peel it. And we're gonna dice it up and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make it taste like apples. Once we have all of the peel off of the outside, we've made it through all of the dark discolored sort of stuff to the white, clean looking flesh underneath. We're ready to cut it into chunks. Jicama can be a little bit hard to find, but you can usually find it at specialty grocery stores that have a really varied produce section, and it's a really great alternative to apples for low carb diets. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up in chunks, and then we're gonna cook it. So I have about a cup of diced up jicama here. I'm probably only gonna use about half of that. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and cook it all down, but we're probably gonna use about a half cup or so of this. I'm gonna cook this with a tablespoon of butter and just one small pinch of salt, and then we're gonna add some allulose and some apple pie spices to it as well to turn it into that low carb apple substitute. Now, if you're one of the keto persuasion folks that likes things like this, you can also put this on salads. You can just eat it raw. It's fantastic. It's a little bit vegetable-y tasting if you don't cook it, which is why we're gonna go ahead and do that for these apple fritters, but it's gonna be fantastic. So let's get the butter melted over medium-high heat, and let's start to cook this until it starts to soften, and we'll season it up. To help with the tartness of a Granny Smith apple sort of a vibe, I'm gonna add a couple of teaspoons of lemon juice in as well. So these are about halfway cooked. I'm gonna go ahead and add in about a quarter of a cup of allulose. Use whatever kind of sweetener you want to your taste. I'm gonna add this in, but then I'm gonna add in a little bit of water, maybe not quite a quarter of a cup as well, to cook these down until they get soft when we evaporate that water. To further enhance the apple flavor, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar cooked down with the liquid. After this is cooked dry, you're going to be ready to use this in your batter. Now, if you used allulose like me, you're gonna end up with sort of a thick, almost caramel type appley flavored syrup down in there, just a little bit that's coating all of those pieces of jicama. Exactly what we want. If you use some other kind of sweetener, you may not have that, but you'll at least be able to cook them basically dry and know that they are sweet and ready to go. Just gonna let them cool down so they're not piping hot before we add them to our batter, because we don't want to start to cook our batter by adding too much hot stuff in there. And then we'll add about a half of a cup of this into our bowl of batter. Now we just add our apples in with our batter and mix it well together. .350 degrees, dip both of the spoons, Get them nice and coated with that beef tallow we are frying in. And let's start frying up. We're doing zucchini first. The zucchini fritters are done. I'm getting ready to do the apple fritters. I went ahead and got fresh beef tallow because I don't want any of that garlic and onion type flavor to come over into our sweet apple fritters. Another thing, this is a really good opportunity to show you guys something and how easy it is to sort of work on the fly here. So this, because of all of the extra sugar and liquid content from that allulose and the liquid of the jicama, is a little bit thinner of a batter than I would really like. But that's not a problem. If yours ends up the exact same way, just pull your whey protein powder back out, mix some in, let it sit for a few minutes, and it'll absorb that extra moisture. This will probably take another 2 to 3 tablespoons. We're gonna let it sit for a few minutes and we'll be ready to fry. Now that our batter has set up, we can go ahead and fry our apple fritters. You just wanna make sure your oil does not get too hot because with the allulose, this will get very dark and burn easily. So maybe stick to 325 for frying these. Now we just need to top these off with a mixture of allulose, a little bit of cinnamon for some keto cinnamon sugar topping. And there we go, y'all. That is 2 keto approaches to my carnivore fritter batter. I'm gonna link that carnivore fritter recipe video down below, just in case you have not seen that one yet. It's fantastic, and you can get a little bit more in-depth detail of exactly how I mixed that batter together. But now we just need to try the keto version. So probably savory first.
Probably makes sense.
Yeah.
They look so good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, after your carnivore recipe that just came out with those versions, I'm really excited about these.
For sure.
Oh, stop. Wow. 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 Wow.
Now, I don't eat a lot of veggies. If I was gonna eat some veggies like a zucchini every now and then and like kind of lean in the keto direction for a meal or something,
I'd eat these.
This is what
I'd eat these. The savory version is really good with the zucchini. You get the zucchini flavor, but there's also like good seasoning. I definitely get the garlic kind of vibe. If you can have cheese in your diet, that is a very nice little touch.
And you can customize the seasoning however you like. If there's a particular seasoning mixture you like to use, go for it. I'm really excited about these. I'm really interested to see what she thinks of this.
It's not very often that I get to have, I feel like, dessert in our house.
We do very, very, very few desserts ever.
Like
it's
ever,
special occasions really is it. This is a rare thing for us to have something sweet like this.
So to have an apple fritter, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
These look amazing. Okay.
And you can see with the allulose, they do get darker. It's totally fine. It just looks a little darker. They don't taste burnt if you make sure not to overdo it and burn them in the process of cooking.
Oh, man, that is good.
Now, if no one told you that that wasn't apples in there, would you know that that wasn't apples?
I got kind of nervous because I personally have only had jicama a couple of times in my life, and I've never been a big fan. And so when you said, yeah, I'm gonna use that in place of apples, I was like, but why? That totally works. The flavor and the texture of apples, the cinnamon is so good in there. It literally is just like a little handheld apple pie. It's almost like the outside of these fritters on all of them. It's like this buttery, crispy texture. And then when you get on the actual inside though, it's like a soft bread product is the only way I know how to describe it. And like with the apple chunks and all in there, this is incredible.
Well, there you go, y'all. That's a couple of keto approaches to doing my fritters with that carnivore fritter batter. We're gonna do some really cool recipes with this approach coming up. In the meantime, make sure you try these out. Make sure you check out my free ebook that has been linked down below for an introduction to the keto and carnivore way of life. Keto and carnivore for real people. Also, make sure you check out the brand new private community we've created because they are the lifeblood that keeps this channel alive. We could not do what we do without them, and we appreciate them very much. We do a lot of fun things in there. We also support each other and give each other a place where we can go just to talk with other people who are on the same journey as us so we can try to be more successful in handling our lives, getting our health back, and living a proper human diet lifestyle. Otherwise, all my other links are down below. We love every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for being here and watching. This is Chris Cooking Nashville, my beautiful wife, Ash Taylor. You guys eat your meat, sometimes your keto fritters. Love your life. We'll see you here in the kitchen for a bunch more crazy recipes. And if you like this keto stuff, you should go check out this recipe right over here.
I may eat all of these. These are so good.
Those are amazing.
Oh no, let me help you and eat this.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I'll save you. I save you.